If you're lucky, you'll have played a game that sticks in your mind, one that you just can't forget. Maybe this is in a bad way, where a game frustrates you or annoys you, and you have a negative memory of the experience. Other times, you play a game that connects with you, one that stays with you, even years later after playing it. For me, Skyrim is that game, and although I find myself coming back to this game every year or so, in my mind I've never really gotten away. There is something special about this game that makes it memorable. So, today, we're going to talk about why Skyrim is unforgettable. A game, to me, is much more than just quests and objectives. Don't get me wrong, Skyrim has plenty of these, and each has its unique rewards and story progressions that make you feel satisfied after completing them. To me, a game is about the experience. It's about how you feel when you're playing it. Above any game I've ever played, Skyrim gives you a feeling of total immersion. From the moment you escape Helgen, the world just opens up. It shows you immediately that there are no right answers in this world. You can choose your own path, make your own decisions. You can scale the huge mountain in the distance, or swim in the sea, or pick a fight with a group of bandits. You can explore dungeons, find loot, collect legendary Daedric items before even starting the main story. Skyrim is less of a game and more of an experience, something you live through, something that becomes you and changes you. Skyrim makes you feel content. You don't feel like you have to do anything, but you'll want to do everything. In this world, NPCs have routines. You can find a blacksmith at the forge during the day, eating dinner in the evening, and sleeping at night. The towns feel lived in. You will stumble into random events that feel totally unscripted. You can settle disputes between townsfolk. You can double cross NPCs. You can purchase weapons and pickpocket the merchant to get your money back. Whatever you want to do, this game allows it. Despite its rough edges, Skyrim feels real. Not perfect, just alive. Speaking of freedom, this game lets you become anything you want. You can be a master wizard, using fire or ice or necromancy. You can be a swordsman, dual wielding Daedric blades, or using a two-handed battle axe, or a combination of both, with fire in your left hand and an ebony war axe in your right. You can forget all about weapons and instead summon creatures to fight for you. You can kill an enemy and reanimate it to join your side. And if none of this is appealing, you can be a stealth archer instead. Like I said before, there are no right answers. This is different from usual classes that you are offered in other RPG games. If you play 10 hours as a mage and realise you want to switch, you can. Your skills level as you use them. The more you use your shield, the better your blocking becomes. The more you use one-handed weapons, the better you become. Just like real life, experience feels natural and earned. More so than any other game, no two playthroughs are ever the same. Even if you choose the same wizard playstyle each time, you can choose different spells. Will you conjure ethereal weapons to do damage? Will you use fire or lightning? There is so much room for experimentation. Even though I've played this game countless times, not one playthrough has ever been the same. For a while, I used to play Skyrim every year over Christmas. It's been a few years since I last played it, and so I was more excited than ever to return to the world of Tamriel this year. Now, I have played this game many times at this point, but still, even today, I'm shocked at how much I missed on my previous playthroughs. Curiosity is rewarded exponentially in this game. It is almost always a good idea to explore that cave you just walked past, or to read books and notes found at bandit campsites. There is enough content hidden away from the main story to fill 2 or 3 games, and I'm not even joking. The main story here, in my opinion, is one of the weakest parts of the game. I'm saying this as someone who loves the story and always completes it, but there is just so much more outside of it. All the best, rarest weapons, armor and spells, and companions are all found outside the main story. If you want, you can complete Skyrim in a relatively short time if you choose to just focus on the story only, but to me, this doesn't count as a playthrough. You miss out on the Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild, the werewolves, the vampires, the College of Winterhold, the Civil War. There are countless of stories, quests, plots that reward countless weapons, armor, and spells that you will miss if you play the game this way. Curiosity is rewarded. Play fearlessly. Alongside actually playing the game, the music is another thing that makes Skyrim unforgettable. Everyone at this point knows of Secunda, and Far Horizons by Jeremy Soule. This soundtrack creates an ambience that enhances the experience tenfold. If you hear a single note of one of these tracks while at work or revising, it will instantly bring you back to the beauty of Skyrim. Lonely mountaintops and creeping forests, the stars and galaxy visible above. It makes fast travel in this world feel completely useless. I'm not joking when I say that I didn't fast travel in my entire playthrough unless I had to. Walking through this world or riding on your horse, honestly, is an experience by itself. The only other game that feels this way to me is The Witcher 3. There is something to be said about the landscape and music being so good that you don't mind walking for 10 minutes instead of simply fast travelling to get there in an instant. It shows the game has made an impression, that you want to be part of it, that you're immersed and interested, and Skyrim, 14 years later, still gives me this feeling. Obviously, 14 years is a long time, and I would be lying if I said the game doesn't show its age at times. For a new player in 2025, some of the bugs or physics glitches, or even the awkward dialogue, may be a barrier for them truly coming to love the game, unless they play with the countless mods that have been created since launch. But for me, and many others who are familiar with it, the jankiness has become part of its identity. These imperfections make the game more to me, not less. The awkward combat, the mindless swinging of weapons, the broken NPC glitches, all of these make the game more beloved to me. I enjoy it for what it is. Do I wish the game had smoother combat? Sure. But do I also love the combat as it is today? Absolutely. Very few other games have managed to stay relevant the way Skyrim has. My first playthrough was 10 years ago, and I still love playing it now. Every time I return to it, it seems to have evolved, changed with me as I change as a person. I find new meaning in quests, find myself making different decisions regarding the fate of one NPC or another, but really, the game has stayed the same. Of course, we know there have been a million releases of Skyrim over the years, but the game itself has never changed. It is a timeless experience, one that only gets better each time you discover it. I often hear people say they wish they could experience the game again for the first time. Now, obviously, on some level I agree with this. It would be pretty great to play through this game blind one more time, to not know which Daedric gods to trust, to not know which NPC to believe. However, I actually believe that my previous experience with this game now makes it even better all these years later. I enjoy each quest more because I know how it will end. I enjoy clearing out a dungeon more because I know what weapon I will find at the end of it. Few games will feel rewarding or even enjoyable after its secrets have been revealed and the curtain has been pulled away. Skyrim, to me, feels just as rewarding, just as satisfying on my 10th playthrough as it did in my first. And on top of all that, Skyrim didn't just release and stop, it expanded. The DLCs feel less like add-ons and more like natural extensions of the world you already love. Dawnguard adds a darker tone to Skyrim. Vampires, ancient prophecies, forgotten castles, and moral choices that aren't as simple as good or evil. It gives you a sense that this world existed long before you arrived, and that there are threats far bigger than dragons lurking beneath the surface. Becoming a vampire lord, or hunting them down as a Dawnguard, feels like stepping into an entirely different game, while still remaining unmistakably Skyrim. Then there's Hearthfire, which on paper sounds simple. You get to build and own a home, but in practice adds something deeply personal. For the first time, you're not just passing through Skyrim, you're settling into it. You gather materials, design your house room by room, get married to Ayla, obviously, adopt children, and create a place that feels like yours. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and it reinforces the idea that Skyrim isn't just a battlefield or a map with quests, it's a world you can belong to. And finally, the best DLC, Dragonborn. This DLC feels like a love letter to long-time Elder Scrolls fans. Travelling back to Morrowind, visiting Solstheim, encountering Hermaeus Mora and facing Miraak, the first Dragonborn, adds depth to the very identity of your character. It heavily leans on cosmic horror, adjacent to the works of H.P. Lovecraft. If you've read any of his works, you'll know what I mean. It has an ocean full of tentacles. What more could you want? It asks questions about power, fate, and legacy. It feels epic, strange, and mysterious in a way that only Skyrim can pull off. And beyond DLCs, there's the Skyrim community. Mods have kept Skyrim alive in a way no one could have predicted. Visual overhauls, new quests, new lands, new mechanics. Players didn't just preserve Skyrim, they instead expanded it. It shows that there is something here of value to the community. something they care so much for they wanted to add to it themselves. So when I think about why Skyrim is unforgettable, it's not just because of nostalgia, it's not just because of freedom or music or exploration, it's because the world makes me feel a part of it. It makes me feel content, it makes me want to explore and fight and die, it makes me want to grind to level 80 to challenge the Ebony Warrior. It gives you space, it gives you time, it gives you a world that earns your attention. It gives you immersion like no game ever has and maybe ever will. And maybe that's why, no matter how many years pass, no matter how many times we leave, Skyrim is always there, waiting for us to come back. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.